While the good guys at Nintendo are over there being extra cute, putting Link in Mario Maker 2 and prepping some new outfit options for Animal Crossing New Horizons, all of us are buying the Switch like there's no tomorrow because new data shows that Nintendo Switch just had its best selling week ever. 830,000 units sold in the US over the Thanksgiving week. We know Black Friday is the big time to buy, but there really weren't that many bundle sales. In fact, Nintendo was so confident about their price, they came out and said, we're not price dropping nothing no time soon. And they're so confident about their system that they bundled the OG Switch with one of its oldest games, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and said, here, same Black Friday deal as last year. Now, there were a few good deals to be had in terms of that $25 coupon over at GameStop, and you did have Walmart bundling some cool games with the V2 Switch, but it's not like these things were on fire sale, and yet they sold like fire. 830,000 units in one country in 1 week is a lot, nearly a million. I'm sure Furukawa and co would have loved to see this thing cross that 7-digit threshold, but they got really close, and that's really great to see as we approach the 4th year of Switch. They now have sold 17.5 million units in North America, which is pretty darn impressive. The last number we had was 15 million, and that was mid-October, so a month and a half, and they push another 2.5 million units. Very nicely done. They're also selling software like hotcakes. We know that Pokémon Sword and Shield dropped 6 million copies in 2 days globally. 6 million copies globally in 2 days. 6 million. Okay, you get it. It's a crap ton. But now they've sold 3 million in North America alone. That is a lot of Pokemon out there in the wild. They said that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has now reached 8.5 million, Smash Bros. Ultimate has reached 8 million, Mario Odyssey has reached 6.5 million, and they also decided to include New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe reaching 1.5 million in the Americas. I'm not sure why that game gets a little nod, but hey, I guess it did really well. It's crazy that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Smash Bros. Are selling so well. I guess Smash Bros. Less so because it's newer and still has DLC support. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I guess that's why they bundle it in, so you can continue to push that game into that 20 million range like we talked about on the last video. It's amazing. This is really remarkable. And yet, at the same time, 17.5 million in North America, it's a lot of units, but in my head, I guess I think it's more. I guess like how popular the Switch has been for so long now, I feel like it would be at a higher number. Obviously, that's very good. As you see, it was the best Cyber Monday ever for Nintendo Switch, the best Thanksgiving week ever for Nintendo Switch, so that's good and golden. Nintendo did slash their forecast earlier this year, so maybe it's not as golden as they would hope, and maybe that's why I'm thinking that the number 17.5 isn't as impressive as maybe as it could be, but nonetheless, like the system is doing gangbusters. It's doing incredibly well. I was surprised to see though, and I don't know if you guys noticed this or saw, but the Xbox somehow beat the Switch during Thanksgiving week, during the Black Friday Shoppalooza. Now, maybe that's not too crazy, but to me it's a bit crazy because if anything, I would think the PS4 would beat it, given that console's popularity, but perhaps too many players have PS4 and Xbox One saw a lot of good deals and people are ready to hop on board for Game Pass? Maybe Game Pass is finally starting to move the needle a bit, and perhaps Phil Spencer and co. have centered in on a strong strategy for next gen. They're keeping things quite under wraps. I've heard that dev kits for Scarlet aren't really Scarlet, but in fact just PCs because they want to keep their specs and all the secrecy in total secrecy. I think that's kind of fun. I'm so pumped for the new consoles next year, and I'm so pumped to see what Nintendo decides to do. The holiday season this year was stellar for them, and I'm sure it'll continue to be stellar as we move towards Christmas, thanks in part to an incredible lineup. Thanks mostly maybe to an incredible lineup. Yes, they got a resurgence, a boost from Switch Lite, I'm sure. And I'd love to see individual numbers, by the way. I'm sure they combine them because Switch Lite and Switch, you know, it's the same system, right? But I'd love to see separate stats eventually, or maybe at the end of the year we can get separate stats on how many Switch Lite were sold over the holidays compared to how many Switch. But anyhow, what will they do to inject next year? Because this year the Switch Lite gave it a boost, the Stellar lineup gave it a boost, Fire Emblem Three Houses was a huge hit, Luigi's Mansion 3, the best in this series, and maybe secretly the best, one of the best Switch games. You got Pokemon Sword and Shield absolutely dominating in spite of Dexit. And here we are. What do they do in 2020? Yeah, we know the aforementioned Animal Crossing New Horizons is coming. They've got some ports from past consoles, but what new titles will they bring to the table to really throw the sales numbers this high once more? We know it's not going to be Metroid Prime 4. If Bayonetta 3 releases, I don't think that does it. It's got to be something from their main stable. Breath of the Wild 2, we're looking at you. Another Mario title, either in the party franchise, the kart franchise, or a sports franchise, would also provide a significant bump. And then I think maybe it's time for a new title. Sequels are great and all, but look at how Splatoon completely surged through and became one of the top sellers for the Wii U and for the Switch. That game did outstanding. It reviewed insanely well. It had great support, awesome DLC. ARMS didn't quite get there, but maybe 2020 holds a surprise in a new IP, or at least a new direction for an old IP that could really help Nintendo maybe even beat 830,000 next Thanksgiving. They're going to have a lot of competition because players are going to be purchasing Scarlets and PS5s. There won't be sales because they'll just be launching, but that is where the gaming dollars will go next year. What can Nintendo do about it? Let me know in the comments down below what you think they'll do about it. Bring out a Switch Pro, a whole bunch of games, sit it out because they're satisfied with this season. I want to know what you think. Also, if you're one of the people, one of those 830,000, say hello in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from any new Switch owners that got one during this glorious sales week. Hit it up in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and are pumped for 2020. We got a lot of cool content covering the year ahead soon. Until that time, though, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic day. SwitchForce out.